Should the Arizona Cardinals trade down again at the top of the 2024 NFL draft? Should they trade the 4th overall pick for more draft capital? We know Monty can run laps around us on the phone lines, right, during the draft, but does it make sense again this year? The Cardinals have their quarterback of the future, so it's not as if they need that 4th overall pick to secure the quarterback position. We're going to talk about it here today. Should the Cardinals trade down from 4? Really appreciate y'all tuning in to Rogue Football here. I'm your host, Jordan Lugo. So let's go ahead and dive into it, shall we? Arizona, they currently have 11 draft picks in the 2024 NFL draft. 2 first-round picks, 3 third-round picks, lots of day 3 picks as well. So it's not as if this is a team that needs added draft capital. They're not a team lacking for draft capital in any way, shape, or form. Should they stick and pick the top non-quarterback? Marvin Harrison Jr., in my opinion, and someone who obviously they have needs at wide receiver. There's no question about that. Should they amass more draft capital in a trade down? Personally, I really don't think you can go wrong in this situation because Marvin Harrison Jr. is a great wide receiver prospect who could be like the second coming of Larry Legend for the Arizona Cardinals. That is a great option. Marvin Harrison Jr. has the technicality that you would expect from someone named Marvin Harrison as a route runner. He has very good size, tremendous body control. He's explosive. He can win on pretty much every type of route. He's an immediate top 10 wide receiver in the NFL, in my opinion. So again, yeah, that's a very nice looking option at 4 overall if you want to stick and pick. And again, after that, you have no need, no lack of draft capital beyond 4 overall. But what if you could trade down and still land like Malik Neighbors or Rome Odunze? Is that as enticing? I think it is personally, because as much as I love Marvin Harrison Jr. and he is my wide receiver 1 by himself, in a different draft, both Malik Neighbors from LSU and Rome Odunze out of Washington, they could be the top wide receiver in a different draft class, like easily. They could be one of the top non-quarterbacks in a different draft class, easily. And there are actually a lot of people out there in the draft community that think Malik Neighbors or Rome Odunze is wide receiver 1 in this class, even with Marvin Harrison Jr. So yeah, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that if you don't land Marvin Harrison Jr., you're screwed when it comes to getting a wide receiver 1, because I think all 3 of those guys project very nicely as wide receiver 1s. You talk about Malik Neighbors, he's a little bit more of that just unbelievable speed, throttle control, acceleration, impossible to stick with before and after the catch. And then Rome Odunze just kind of brings it all to the table. 6'3", 215 plus pounds, has great size, strength, body control, really good route runner and separator, ball tracking down the field, comes down with contested catches. He's more of your prototypical X, but Malik Neighbors, he's more of that game-changing, breaking the game with his speed type of player, just break things wide open in one play type of guy. So yeah, I think you could get excited about either of those guys. Could you trade down and get 11 and 23 from the Vikings? That would give you 11, 23, and 27. That's 3 first-round picks. You still have 3 third-round picks as well, right? Throw in a 5th to kind of even out the trade value a little bit. Like the Vikings, look, they're moving up for a quarterback. They do need to pay a premium to get up there. They traded for the 23rd overall pick for a reason with the Houston Texans. I think they want to move up to get their quarterback, and if they want to do that with us, the Arizona Cardinals here in this situation, you're going to have to pay up. So you're getting 11 and 23 for 4 and a 5th round pick. I like it. I like it a lot. And then now that you have 11 and 23 and 27, why not trade back up into the top 10 to make sure you can secure one of those wide receivers we talked about, right? Because at 11 overall, I don't think your chances are very good of Malik Neighbors or Rome Odunze falling to that point in the draft. I really don't. So then you could trade back up with, say, like the Titans or Falcons, 7 or 8 overall. Let's say the Titans, just to make sure we can get one of those receivers. You offer 11 and 66, 3rd round pick, to go get Rome Odunze or Malik Neighbors. What if Neighbors comes off the board earlier than MHJ? We've heard a lot of buzz about certain teams having Malik Neighbors as wide receiver 1 on their board. Either way, one of the top 3 receivers is available to you at 7 overall, and you're able to land one. I love that for the Arizona Cardinals. So you're essentially moving back 3 spots from 4 to 7, trading 66 and 138 for 23. Is that sound? I mean, I think so. It's giving yourself 3 first-round picks. You still have 2/3. So now you land one of the top 3 receivers. You have 23, 37, 35, 71, 90, and 104. That's 3 total first-round picks, a second, 2/3, and a pick at the top of day 3 to go along with a couple more day 3 picks. 7 picks in the top 104. Like, to me, if you want to build a great core of players in short order, I think that is how you do it. So I just love the options here for the Arizona Cardinals. But if you went down this route, if you're the Cardinals, you could walk away from round 1 with one of the top 3 receivers who is absolutely going to be a game changer for your offense, for Kyler Murray. Then at 23, if you want to, you can really kind of fortify the interior of that offensive line, in my opinion. Graham Barton, Jackson Powers Johnson. Yeah, I think you could, upgrade that left guard spot. Could upgrade center, but you don't necessarily have to. I think you're okay at right guard with Will Hernandez. Graham Barton or Jackson Powers Johnson to come in and play left guard for you. And yes, JPJ can play guard. There's no question about that in my mind. I think that would be fantastic for Kyler Murray. Now, you've added a weapon. You've added more pass protection and run blocking on the interior. That'd be fantastic. Then at 27, could land like a Johnny Newton or a Cooper DeJean. Johnny Newton massively upgrade your interior defensive line. Give you somebody that's going to be stout against the run, technically sound. A guy that can rush the passer. I mean, I know everybody gets excited about Byron Murphy, and rightfully so, but Johnny Newton deserves just as much love. Like, technically sound, unbelievable hand usage, very flexible. He's explosive. He's a very, very good athlete in his own right. Very stout. Or Cooper DeJean, you want to upgrade the cornerback position on the back end for the Arizona Cardinals. I think you could definitely do that. I think that's a position of need. I think Cooper DeJean in this defense, playmaker, elite tackler, could even be a guy you move around the formation a bit based on the matchup, based on the situation. Yeah, I think if you're an Arizona Cardinals fan, you'd be fired up about this. If you are an Arizona Cardinals fan, I would love to know what you think about the proposition of trading down, and you're not guaranteeing yourself the ability to land Marvin Harrison Jr., but in this scenario, you're guaranteeing yourself the ability to land one of the top 3 wide receivers, add a first-round pick in the process, really set yourself up here for some immediate and long-term success. The Cardinals are a well-coached team. They're a team that was feistier last year than many expected. I think you get Kyler Murray a full offseason with this coaching staff. You get him a legit wide receiver 1 candidate. Kind of build up things around this football team a little bit more. And you could be cooking with gas quickly, right? Obviously, there is a lot of competition in the division, NFC West. But you could compete for a wild card spot potentially, I think, if you nail this draft and you continue to get development from the 2023 class, which was a class I thought was excellent overall for Monty Osenfort in his first draft with the Cardinals. Again, if you're a Cardinals fan, would love to know what you think. Drop a comment in the comment section below. If you enjoy the content here, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Y'all have a good one.